What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I'm sitting outside. It's gonna be loud. Disclaimer: I don't want to go inside because it feels good out here, and it's been hot all summer. Like, I've been dying all summer. So I'm really enjoying the weather right now, and I want to just get up here really fast because y'all been asking me to make this video, and I haven't gotten to it. I don't know. I haven't gotten to it because it's my life, and I have to put it out. It's my story. It's just that I don't think I've really been ready to share it. And it's been years since I'm supposed to put this video out and I'm supposed to share it. I have some people ask me about it. So many people coming to me like, we want to hear, we want to hear, we want to hear, we want to know, we want to know, we want to know. But at the end of the day, like, I took my time on it. I wanted to make sure that when I did tell a story and I did talk about the situations and things like that in this era, I was okay with it, and I wasn't sad anymore, and I wasn't hurt anymore, and I just felt like I wanted to really just give my side of the story of this story, my story, to the world, because someone can use it. I feel like people go through things every single day, and they don't realize that they be going through certain shit. They just kind of lollygag it, you feel me? And me, I feel like I have an upper hand because I began to realize things pretty darn fast. Excuse the window, because I'm sitting in front of the window. But I began to realize things pretty darn quickly, and I understand that some people just do things out of impulse and out of thrill, and they don't realize how that can affect another person. So, with that being said, we're gonna hop right into this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys also in my next video if I don't do an outro, because I might end the video depending on, But I'll see you guys in my next video. If you're new here, comment down below where you're from. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It has meant the world to me by having you on this journey. And thank y'all so much for 1,300K. That is a lot to me. Like, I don't know, it's crazy. But to see my channel grow every single day, it's heartfelt to me, and I wanted to say thank you, and I'm so grateful for all that you guys do for me. And yeah, thank y'all so freaking much. But let's talk about it. Sorry, y'all. Let's talk about it. So first things first, everyone knows, not everyone knows, people that actually know me in real life, they know that I was in a 10-year relationship, and that relationship became very, very toxic very quick. Okay, so we're gonna talk about it. So first things first is, right now, this person I am today, I wasn't who I was a couple of years ago. So a couple of years ago, like 10 years ago, when I was younger, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, however many years ago, when I was younger, I was very nice, very kind, very open-hearted, like, very quiet. I really didn't say much. I really didn't feel the need to say much. I always just kind of stayed to myself, you feel me? I didn't really need anything. I felt like nothing could touch me. I was untouchable. Nothing could make me feel sad. Nothing made me feel unhappy. I was very much in my own zone. And when I met this person, I felt that that person was making me whole, like complete. We were doing things together. We were thriving together. And it was pretty much everything I asked for, or everything that I wanted and wished for, until the tables begin to turn. So, let's see. We dated for like, a couple months. We were just friends, hanging out. We were friends for like 8 months, just hanging out, chilling, getting to know each other. That's a very long time to get to know somebody, like 8 months before you just hop into a relationship. And that's why I felt like I knew this person very, very well, because it was like we spent every single day together for 8 months. We did all these things together for 8 months, and I felt drawn and close to this person. So me and this person, I gained to trust, I began to love, I began to appreciate, and I began to really understand this person and who he portrayed to be. So at the end of the day, it was like, cool, this is my person. So I ended up moving states with this person and my mom, and then like we all moved states, and then like, bro, why? Just why? Why why.
Yes, he did.
But then me and this person ended up moving in together, and life was good for the first year. It was cool. We chilled. We had fun. We enjoyed living together. We cleaned. We cooked. We both played a part in living together. Like, we cooked. We cleaned. He worked. I didn't work at the time because I couldn't find a job. I didn't know how to find a job, and I was trying so hard to get a job, but I didn't know how to find a job. I was going to like applications and doing all this stuff, and nobody was even giving me a call back. It was like really, really, really weird at this time. And I was like, damn, I don't know how to get a job. Then I realized that everybody, like, when you work in the mall, they really, unless it's like in food, like, they really want you to have already experience. At that point, I was 19, never had a job. So they were hiring kids that already had a job before, and it's easier for them to work. When you're young, people are not going to hire you if you don't have experience. Even when you're older, like, you have to lie. So if you're trying to get a job, lie on the application, because either way you go, they gotta train you. But you gotta freaking lie, because if you don't lie, they ain't never gonna hire you. And that's what I had to learn during that time. So I was like, just not working, not doing anything at home, cooking, cleaning. And I'm very grateful for that, because it gave me a chance to honestly really see myself at that time and the change in me and things like that. But that got really, really hectic really, really fast, because remind you, he had all the money, he had things that he was doing, and I mean, he wasn't treating me bad, he wasn't doing anything wrong. He was buying me things, making sure I was good, putting me before him. But that becomes very hectic, because then you guys begin to fight over like money and things like that, or situations and things like that. And one thing about us is that we never really fought over money. He just always pressured me to like find a job. During this time though, he did support me a lot with going to get a job, because it was hard. Like, it was times where I would sit back and cry because I could not find a job, and I wanted to have my own money. Like, I really wanted to have my own money. And then I just came to the conclusions that, fuck it, I'm not gonna have a job. I'm gonna be a stay-at-home mom. I'm gonna have kids. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Boom, boom, boom. So I just said, forget it. Whatever happens, happens. And we ended up moving to a bigger place. At this point, I didn't have a job still. I just felt like I don't know what I was gonna do. I started doing webcam, and a lot of people don't know about me. Like, I did that for like 3 years, 4 years, but it put money on the table. I wasn't getting in touch. I wasn't touching myself. I was learning how to like really make money conversating with people and listening to their inside their home problems. Like, it's crazy, because you never know how many people in this world have inside home problems, and they want you to just listen to that shit. They want you to just hear it and give them advice and just let them know that they can get through it. In some kind of way, I maneuver myself to be able to do that. So I was proud. I was very, very proud of myself, because I wasn't doing what other girls was doing. I was out the box, and I was helping people as I wanted to do along the way. Like, I was really listening to their problems and helping them out. And people were sending me money all around town. This is when things really got really, really toxic in my relationship, because I feel like he couldn't handle the fact that people liked me. You feel me? People enjoyed being around me, and people wanted me to constantly do better. So I started getting lots of money sent to me, and lots of money started happening. And I felt like he would do things out of spite. Every time he got mad, like, it would just be a hater move. Like, I feel like he was one of my biggest haters, when really, like, all that I'm doing is for this household. It's for us to be able to live a better life, to be able to see better, to be able to do better, to be able to have a step stair to the next level. Nothing I'm doing is to hinder you, but everything that you're doing is to hinder me. And I realized, like, there's certain things, like pawning my laptop. He really didn't even care. He was like, fuck it, you didn't pay for that. You know, like just things that he did that was out of spite because he didn't have the attention that I had. And it's like, bro, what? Everything I was getting to build my YouTube channel, whatever I was getting to build for my YouTube channel and to start YouTube, he was basically snatching that out of my face. So he basically was killing my dreams as they was coming true. And that's why I was just like, all right, cool. And then during that time, his family became very, very toxic. Well, his sister became very, very toxic. And I just knew, like, at some point, I wasn't going to deal with that forever. Because, for one, you're not going to sit in my house and tell me how to run my household. It's my house. For two, I'm not going to respect your family if they don't respect me. And you're not going to try to make me respect them if they don't respect me. Like, I don't give a fuck about them. You feel me? I really don't. And that's one thing I knew wasn't going to work because you don't treat my family the same way I treat your family. Like, we both have different views. And both our families are fucked. Like, there's no better family. No one's better than the other. They're both fucked. Literally. So, at that point, I began to feel some kind of way. I began to feel disrespected. I began to feel bullied, betrayed, and just like I was alone. So I secluded myself a lot of times and just stayed in the house, out the way. At that point, I was still very young. So I just began to stay out the way, try to like not argue, not fight, just do my own things. And then it was when his friend mentioned to me like, oh, you know, he's still dating the girl next door. My mind is like, with men, they don't care about nothing. Okay, these men don't care about snack juice. Okay, so we in this complex, we live in this complex. You sneaking out to go next door to date somebody while I'm in the house or while I'm at work. Like, that is so disrespectful, okay? That's so disrespectful. And that's why I was like, what? Then I found out you're bringing bitches in my house. That was disrespectful. So, all this stuff I'm finding out is from your homeboys. People who you hang out with every single day. People who hide things for you. People who are literally supposed to be your dogs, okay? These are not your dogs. These are people who are trying to let your girl know on the low to check out, leave. So on so many levels, it was like, damn, Jay just told me, and I don't care, I'm a name drop because I don't feel like making up names, so I'm giving everybody a name out. So Jay just told me that you're cheating with the person next door, and he just laughed in my face, and I'm supposed to be okay with that? I just let it chop it up, close my mouth. At that point, I learned to close my mouth and just let things happen and let bygones be bygones. Because when you're tired, you're going to be tired. Trust me. When a woman's fed up, she's fed up. So at that point, I just like, you know, I'm not even going to mention it or anything like that. I just started going through his phone. And then when I started going through his phone, I started finding more and more crap. You know what I mean? More and more crap. So this started to make me evil and mean and spiteful and just do things out of impulse. Do things that I know would hurt him. Even if the things weren't really true, I knew that it would hurt him. So I started to download dating apps. I started to download emails and messages and just like create conversations that I know eventually one day you're gonna see, because I want to know, like, if it's me treating you that way, would you stay? If it was me doing you that way, would you care? So that's literally what I did.
Yeah. She's seeing you.
You saw me when I was walking?
I said, I know, I see her with that red shirt.
That's literally what I did. It's like, I want to see. I want to know. So I began placing traps on things. And I'll never forget one thing. This person, I'm not going to name drop their name because I'm just not. But this person had ended up telling me, you need to leave, okay? You need to get your stuff. You need to leave. You need to work. You need to become the baddest version of yourself that you can. And just let him know, like, you don't need him. Because right now, he just told me that you need him and da-da-da-da-da, you're not going anywhere, so he's comfortable. And you're a pretty girl, and you're a pretty person, you got a pretty heart and a pretty soul. He's taking advantage of you. So, I was like, you're right. That's what I'm gonna do. This is years later. Like, everything I'm telling y'all story is like just all split up years later. Everything is not like right on time. It's probably a couple of years later. Maybe a couple months later. But I was telling you how like the things led up and how things started. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. You are really, really correct. And then me and him started fighting. Like, left and right. It's so crazy because I can tell you a whole story time. And I probably will, but I'll tell you like parts of it. To where I posted a post on Facebook. Well, it's a little simple story, right? I posted a post on Facebook and I said, I'm about to be getting off Facebook. If y'all want to stay in contact, DM me your number and I'll give you my number. So there's this guy who I lived in the same city that we grew up in, that's been liking me probably since like in high school. I don't like, he's not my type. He's not nothing like, I've never talked to him that much. Only on the bus a couple of times, and it's just like quick, brief conversation. But I've never talked to him. Like I've never dated him, never seen him. Like I don't like him at all. He's not even my type. I would never date him, never call him. He inboxed me. My boyfriend seen it. He started going crazy. But you're cheating on me, bro. With the girl next door, 2 doors down. He started going crazy, talking about I'm a hoe, I'm this, I'm that. Yada yada yada. So I'm telling him the truth. That's how narcissists work. I'm telling him the truth, the exact truth. Nothing but the truth. Can lay my hand on the Bible. I'm telling him the truth. That's not what he wants to hear. So since he doesn't want to hear that, I lie. Then when I lie, he's content. He's happy because like, yeah, that's that. But I lied to you. I just told you what you wanted to hear so you don't put your hands on me. Now I've learned, if I just tell you a lie every time, you're going to leave me alone. So I start to do that. Instead of like living in my truth and really being able to be honest and truthful, I started to lie about a lot of shit just because it was just easier to tell you a lie than to tell you the truth. So that began making me toxic and like a manipulator. And like, I don't know, it just was like not okay. So a lot of things I would tell the truth about, I just started to lie about. Fuck it. We lying. Because his conscience was so guilty to where he didn't believe the shit that I was saying what could even be true. Like, that don't make sense. Nigga, that's what happened. You feel me? You put your hands on me because I told you the truth. I don't have no intention. I don't like this man. Can't stand this man. This man is annoying. To this day. And I'm 30 now. And he's still annoying as fuck. And I still don't talk to him. He still leaves his number and think I'm gonna call him. I don't call him. I don't give a fuck about him or nobody else. So that's that. That's when I realized like this is an issue here. This is a problem. I spoke to his mom about it. His mom said, you know what? Leave. Find your way out. Find things that you need to do. Get on. So I began to look for a job. I began to make my own money. Give me a car. Things that I needed to do for myself because I knew this is what I'm going to need in order for me to get out. Then we ended up moving again, boom, into a bigger house. So now I felt like at this point I'm stuck again. I can't move, I can't leave, but I still loved him. So I was like, cool, we're progressing, we're building, we're growing. I'm gonna do, things that's gonna get better. Things got worse. When I tell you shit got worse, shit got worse. This man, he went to jail. I found out so much shit that he did in jail. Then that was the thing that I know that was gonna scar me the most, was because I'm making sure you're good. I'm making sure that your house is kept up, the rent is paid on time, and you're disrespecting me while you're in jail. Like, damn, bro, you ain't got no remorse. You ain't got no kind of like love for me at all. Like, you're showing me every single day that you don't have no love for me. And I'm still trying to love you unconditionally. And that's the thing, women. We see all the signs of you ain't fucking with me like I'm fucking with you, but we still stay. So that's what happened there. kept going, fast forward. I kept on trying to make it work because that's the person that I love the most. I felt like we had many years behind us. At this point, it probably was like 5 years, 6 years, I don't know, it was a long time. And I decided I'm gonna pray about it. Pray for strength, pray for love, pray for God, pray for everything, because at the end of the day, God's going to reveal. Mom always told me, pray, because God will reveal everything to you. So when you think things are not going good or you think things are bad, just pray. God is going to reveal everything to you. That's why some people, they get up in this world and they forget that we are all human beings. We also have a spiritual being that is connected to the universe, and that spiritual being sends off signals to protect us, to help us, to guide us, to love us. We are limitless, so no matter what we are doing in life and where we are in life, we have no limit to us. We don't stop, we don't end, we continue to go. And even when you die, you're still going. Like, you're still gonna go. We don't know that, but you're still gonna go. We're limitless. So at the end of the day, while we're here, we have a journey to uphold, and we have a path to follow. That's why you gotta ask for clarity, and that's why you gotta understand the things that you go through is not always to hinder you. It's not always to make you feel sad. In the moment, yes, it hurts. I'm not gonna act like it don't hurt. But once you learn, like, your lesson was to help somebody else out, or you learned that lesson to make yourself stronger or to build yourself into a different character, you feel better about yourself. So wherever you're sitting at, ask for clarity, and things become very, very clear. Things got very, very, very clear, because I then learned that at this point, this dude was just doing X, Y, and Z all the time. It wasn't no just stop point. He was just lying, making up shit. Like, stories wasn't adding up. I would ask him some shit. It was to the point I would ask him, he would lie. I would ask his friend would tell me the truth. His friends always told me the truth. So you can lie all you want, but I'm gonna ask so and so, and they're gonna tell me. So he really didn't have no good friend group. I'm sorry, his friends suck. And if you ever watch this, your friends are shitty. Like, 9 times out of 10, I was learning things from the people that was closest to you. Joe is a real one. You better make sure that you hold him down for life. You dap that boy, because he is a real one. He is for sure. He ain't never told your business. He ain't never answered all my questions. But he always made sure that I was good when it needed to be good. Deep, straight trash. That man is trash. He couldn't wait for you to go to jail just to try to slide up underneath me and try to act like, oh yeah, this is not, he doing you so bad, so wrong. If you need anything, just come knock on my door. What? No. Fuck no. Hell no. Like, it's funny. It's so funny. But at the end of the day, that's just how it is. So I continued on. I finally found the strength. Oh, come on, wait. I continued on. I finally found the strength to leave, to pack my bags up and to go. I ended up getting to my own place, but things didn't end there. I ended up getting to my own place, have my own car, have my own job. At this point, I always stayed busy. I was always busy doing something. I was at work, so I didn't have much time for this man or to waste time with this man. So I began to live my own life. I began to have girls' nights. I began to go out to the strip. I began to go out with my friends. I began to make more friends and do all the things that he told me to do. I did them. I had fun. I enjoyed myself. Man bought me drinks. My friends bought me drinks. I was out all the time. I was calling my mom like, hey, I'm going out. Just watch out, be safe, whatever. But at this point in my life, I was always going out somewhere, especially with Lorena. My phone ended up running out of storage, and this sun is no longer where I wanted to be at. But yeah, so I was saying, I was going out a lot. I was having a lot of fun. I was partying. I was enjoying myself, and that just gave me strength to remember and recall who I am. Like, that taught me that I don't need to be around somebody that don't want to be around me. I can't even see in the house. Like, it just taught me that I don't need to be around somebody who doesn't want to be around me. And get in here. Why are you trying to get out the door? You're not going outside. And so from there, I just continued to maneuver certain ways and do my own thing. And I started to enjoy having my own money. I started to enjoy planning my own things and going out and enjoying people, enjoying myself. Like, you told me to do this, so it's fun out here. Once I got used to living alone, having my own money, and just doing my own thing without people, seeing my house clean all the time, not having to wake up every single morning to a big ass mess every day and not knowing who did it, I just felt more empowered. I felt more peaceful. I felt more self-love and self-care. And at that point, I didn't even know what a lot of that stuff was, to be honest. I really didn't. And I just felt more like in place. And I remember telling people, like, I like having my own place. I really do. I like being alone. So I made it my point that I would never move back into this man's house with him. And that's the day I spent on that. I will never move back into the house with you. I tried to move back in with you, and it was the same thing. Negativity. It was hurt, pain. I kept finding out more and more things, and I didn't like that. So I moved out again, back into my apartment, and I stayed in my apartment. And my homegirl had an amazing time. We lived. Everyone got in my place when he broke into my place and put flowers on the table, and I left my place. We still had fun. We still lived. We still loved. We still learned. I learned then how to just not say nothing, and how to just move in silence, and how to love yourself first, because during this time it was just so much going on to where I felt like together we were stronger, but when I was with him I was weaker. So I had to break that. Then we still weren't over. We were still messing around, still chilling. And then one day I just prayed, like, dear God, show me where I'm supposed to be. And if this is for me, make it happen. If it's not for me, show me. By this time it was already like a couple of years later. I probably was like 27, 28. I was already like grown, really grown. And a situation happened to where my little brother was involved, and that was the cut all ties, end all zone. That was the I'm coming for your neck if I ever see you again. That was the I promise you. I could be 45 years old in a nursing home, 80 years old on my deathbed. If ever in time, like, I'm going to put my hands on that girl. But he took it so slight and so simple, and like laughed it off and made it like it was just a joke. It was cool. And I didn't appreciate that. So I then learned, self-love, self-care, self-respect, and to treat yourself the way you want to be treated. Can y'all see her? Yeah, I can see her. If you don't treat yourself the way you want to be treated, no one else is going to treat you the way you want to be treated. If you don't show that's what you want and what you need, no one's going to take that seriously. So, in any midst of going through anything toxic, narcissist, or whatever, escape. It's hard. Believe. Trust me, it's better on the outside looking in than be on the inside looking out. But that's all. I will touch more and more on basis on this type of relationships, things like that, in the future. Probably the next video, I don't know what I'm going to post, but yeah. Comment down below, questions, comments, concerns, whatever. And I will see you in my next video. Thank y'all so much for watching, and bye y'all.